Hey guys, thanks for joining me for another Dokkan battle video, and today we are taking on some burst mode. So we got a new burst mode, and one of the categories was Giant Ape Power, and honestly, like, you might be thinking like GT Super Saiyan 4s, but my first mind went to Dragon Ball Heroes, who is coming up very soon. This is a great fight to show off Dragon Ball Heroes because they have a lot of Grade 8 power units there, and they've got pretty much a whole Super Saiyan 4 theme. And this year with Heroes, we're getting some big-time upgrades to this team because we are getting a, what do you call it, like the crazy, like, so this Vegeta and this Goku, they're, Limit Breaker, that's the word I'm looking for. We're getting a Limit Breaker version of Vegito, and we're getting an Easy 8 to the physical Vegito that's on this team. So, dude, this team's going to be crazy. And honestly, Super Saiyan 4 Gohan and Bardock might still be runnable in Red Zone because Bardock, I think a lot of people forget that Bardock has built-in dodge. It's not 70%, but I think it's 50%. And Bardock's dodge can come through on a hard red zone fight, and you could artificially give him more dodge if you want to. And he is the type of character you can do that because he's got guaranteed crits if your HP's at a certain threshold. So I think STR Bardock, you just avoid giving him crit, go all dodge, and then give him some additional, and you're good to go. So, I don't know. I'm kind of excited. And, this burst mode here, you can see we're one-shotting these units. Now, I think part of the strategy of burst mode, it's when you're going, so I should be clear, this is a mission clear going for the Giant 8 Power mission, but also getting the 6,000 point clear. So when you're doing your 6,000 point clear, you have to kind of weigh in, like, how do you want to build the fight? And so what I always try to do is I'm always willing to go a little bit higher on enemy attack, but I avoid giving them damage reduction as much as humanly possible. Because if you can get the damage in there quick, you don't need to have the defense. And, you know, a lot of these characters are good enough that you're going to withstand the attack, even if they have some buffed attack. But you kind of pick your poison and kind of get it rolling that way. I definitely go no items because you get a lot of points for no items and no support items, right? Support memories and items. So yeah, so on this 5-person phase, and don't forget about Cumber, man. Cumber can do some things. Grade 8 Cumber, not too shabby. So yeah, we one-shotted every single unit there, so they were all one-shots. Now we got the second Turles phase on Int, which we're going to destroy it with all these physical units. So yeah, we got a lot of type advantage here. The Limit Breaker Vegeta, like he's very offensive. He likes to multi-super a lot and put a lot of damage down. Now, I would say these units did age a lot from last year, right? Like most of the Heroes units, it's very tough to run them in the hardest content. But you can run them in a lot of difficult content just fine. But I think this year, man, if they play these units right, I think we could have some really potential good units coming out this year. In particular, I'm looking at Int Toa. Like her EZA could be very crucial because when Int Toa first dropped, she was like the de facto, like if she fit on a team, you always ran her because her support is so good. So if they load her up with a bunch of extra dodge, maybe even improve the support, like Toa could be a must run. And then if Toa is like 70% dodging, let's say, and you're running like an Int Zamasu team, then you could have Int Toa and Int Chilai as just these generic extreme class floating supports, even if they're not on Zamasu's team. Which, gosh, I don't even remember. Well, Zamasu, I think, is Realm of God. So Toa, I think, is legitimately on his team anyway. So she would get the full 170 or 200 after. I would have to look at what his 30% is. It's already been a while since I've looked at it. But Toa, either way, would be on his team. So Int Toa getting a good EZA could actually be very helpful to the Int Zamasu team. So, and then the other thing that's exciting for the Int Zamasu team is we're getting Super Saiyan 3 Goku Black. So that is a direct upgrade. We just have to hope that Goku Black doesn't rely on having Heroes units around him, right? That's the one big negative I think people say is a lot of these units want to be on full Heroes teams, and it really limits them because you would want to use some of these units on other team builds, right? But yeah, here goes Limit Breaker Goku at, 7-8 mil here. Here's the thing, Limit Breaker Goku can actually put up some crazy stats, but he's got to get hit like 1 trillion times. And he's not like the most defensive unit in the game, right? So I wish his condition wasn't so strict. But here's Vegeta popping on a 9 mil. I mean, you can see these guys can put up some damage still. They can put up some numbers. It's just defensively, most of these guys have fallen off. And then this is the Vegeta that's going to easy A. So he's at like 4 mil right here. We can expect that number to go way up after his easy A, and he's a support unit, and I think he's got a little damage reduction. He's got the skeleton of a really excellent easy A. So we'll have to wait and see. And then, yeah, outside of heroes, I did run the year 7 Gogeta just because, like, yeah, he's good. So we just ran him. But other than that, this is a full hero squad for great at power. So yeah, definitely some good units here. And I think we're already about to wipe out this this Turles. Although he heals up here, doesn't he? So it's funny because I never get to see this part of Turles because I always kill him so fast. Because I normally kill him before he transforms. But you can see here, if you let him transform, he healed most of his health back. So we got to take him down again. Which is kind of fun. It extends the fight. I don't mind. This actually... So one thing I like to do in burst mode, I think burst mode is a really fun playground for like build-up characters. This actually is like a really good one for that because what you do is you load him up with tons of defense and damage reduction and HP, so it's like takes you forever to kill them, but you give them like no extra attack, so you're at like no risk of dying. And then these burst mode stages are really nice playgrounds for just testing characters, especially build-up ones, just to see like how crazy they can get when they can build up, right? So you can see Turles healing still can't withstand all the damage we put out. So yeah, I kind of wish there was some burst modes that were permanent or some permanent version of it, because I think this is a really good like showcase type of setting you could do for a build-up character and just watch them go crazy. But there you go. That honestly was one of the easiest burst modes I've ever done for the 6,000 point clear. So I'll show you my settings here, so in case you want to copy it. But yeah, only Giant 8 power, only int and physical typings, 400 or less team cost. Here, I gotta scoot back a little bit. Give me a second here. We're going a little too fast for me. Let me just refresh here. We'll go back into this here. So here, yeah, we'll go right here and I'll just pause it quick. Okay. So int and physical, 400 or less team cost. And the team cost really helps with heroes because they don't have any LRs, which are higher team cost. So that's why that team cost was so easy. And then, yeah, you basically allow the enemy to negate all debuffs and like attack and defense reduction, which is no big deal. So yep, they can negate all that. We don't care. And we'll go down here and look at the rest of it. And then enemy can reduce damage by all the other typings we're not using. So sure, it's okay to give them damage reduction against units you're not using. That's totally fine. And then I did the attack up and defense up just because that was a 500 point one. That's like too good not to do. And then enemies attack by 300, HP by 750. I don't mind giving them a lot of HP because we can put up a lot of damage. Anything less than 100k to 0, that's always for free, because if you're doing 100k or less, it's not going to do a lot anyway, so it doesn't matter that goes to 0. And then no support items and no support memories. And there you go. There's my 6,000 point clear. I definitely could put more points on there, but I've never been one to say, like, get the max points. I get my 6k and I'm good. So anyways, let me know what you ran for your 6,000 point clear. Thanks for watching. We'll catch y'all on the next one.